Up until this year, the largest Pikmin Bloom live events have always taken place in Japan. From Sapporo in the north all the way to Fukuoka in the south, Pikmin Bloom tours and journeys had remained exclusive to the land of the rising sun. However, this past spring, Niantic broke new ground by launching the first international tour event in Seoul, Korea. After that, it was back to Japan for the Sendai Journey event. And now, for the second time in the game's history, we crossed the sea for yet another international tour event, this time taking place in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Could it be a sign for more international events in the future? If you've seen our past tour videos, you already know what to expect by now. Swiping down on any 7 of the 12 total special spots in any order would net players the special Kaohsiung 2025 tour badge. In addition, each special spot gave a Decor Pikmin related to the location, along with 30, 40, or 50 event-themed nectar at random, this time for yellow hibiscus. The flower chosen for these events usually represents the area in some official capacity, but the hibiscus is neither Taiwan's nor Kaohsiung's official flower, though it does fit in nicely with the subtropical environment.
Getting all that nectar was really helpful in completing the mission to plant 3,000 hibiscuses. Once completed, we unlocked the ceiling for a purple gold present sticker Pikmin, which is quite a rare decor, having been distributed just a handful of times in the past. Finally, walking 7,000 steps earned us another gold present sticker seedling, this time for winged Pikmin, the second time it has ever been distributed after its debut at the Sendai Journey event. As always, a special event Me t-shirt was made available in the shop for ticket holders for 190 Taiwan dollars, this time coming in a bright and sunny yellow. Additionally, there was an option to buy the 3-colored Pikmin Sun Visor bundle for $90, which is slightly different from the visors recently given to Pikmin Bloom Journey and Challenge Anywhere participants.
Just like Korea, Pikmin Bloom is quite popular in Taiwan, which is likely why it was chosen to host the tour this time. Since participation is completely free for Pikmin Bloom tours, the only way to secure a ticket is to win a random drawing or be invited by someone who did. Given that players can only invite 3 additional friends if they are lucky enough to win, competition to participate was just as fierce as the event in Seoul. Unfortunately, this continues to be one of the bigger unaddressed problems of these tours, as many people seem to have been left out yet again this time, including one of our own friends who, despite living in Kaohsiung, was unable to participate in the in-game activities. Luckily for us, we were able to join in the fun, so let's go see what this 6th ever Pikmin Bloom tour event had to offer. Take it away, Gianni.
Hello, today is Saturday, October 11th, and we are not live whatsoever from Kaohsiung City in Taiwan for the 2nd ever International Pikmin Bloom Tour.
Yeah, this is our first time in Taiwan for the both of us, and luckily there were no additional visa procedures needed, unlike when we went to Korea.
Passport.
Yeah, it was finally smooth sailing for once, but technically this is our 2nd visit to Taiwan if you count last year's virtual mini walk in Tainan.
Oh yeah, and you know, since we've been in Taiwan for the past couple of days, just yesterday we were able to visit Tainan and even got to see some of the locations we featured in that video for the very first time. For example, the West Market, which was the main venue at that time, the Blueprint Culture and Creative Park, which had some really cool designs, and of course Gianni's personal favorite, Snail Alley.
Yeah, it was so great finally seeing those places in person.
Yeah, and it was a little surreal in a way too. But today is not about Tainan. Today is all about Kaohsiung, which you can see on the logo of our unofficial custom-made t-shirts.
And once again, we'd like to give a very special thanks to Amichan Man who gave us everything Pikmin related you can see here. From our t-shirts, to our new and improved detector, our Bloom Buds media armbands, and Gianni's shoes too.
That all said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows today.
That's because it's all sunshine and no rainbows.
That's true. It's also a very, very big and serious problem.
Uh-oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, 2 years ago, we had a Pikmin Bloom tour event in Yokosuka, Japan. And at that time, it was so hot. So hot. Brutally, terribly, terribly hot. While not quite as bad at this event, temperatures this morning are already reaching 32 degrees. We're already sweating so much. But thankfully, Niantic has set up a first aid tent near the main venue, so any players who need one can take a break there.
It may be autumn now, but it definitely feels like a summer tour out here in Taiwan, so why don't we take it easy as we explore and complete these special missions.
And one thing to help us take it easy is the Pikmin Bloom themed train.
We've already ridden 2 types of Pikmin trains in Japan, so I'm excited to experience this one as well.
Yeah, we actually have an app that tracks its current location, so let's be sure to ride it. Not only for the memories, but also for that sweet, sweet air conditioning.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's head on over to our very first special spot.
Let's go.
We have made it to special spot G, Love Pier, which is actually right behind us over here, but as you can see, here's the pier itself. Nice breeze going, which we desperately need. We are not loving the heat today. But swiping the special spot will give us a shell decor Pikmin. Of course, we've both already completed our set, but cute little shell, can't complain there. It is honestly feeling very hot already and just as bad as Yokosuka, but we're gonna just have to bear the heat and head on to the next one. Let's go.
After checking the location of the Pikmin Bloom train, we noticed it was just on its way to Love Pier Station. Although we didn't intend to ride it yet, we thought it would be a good chance to get some footage of it from the outside. It turns out Love Pier was the perfect place to do so, since the station was secretly decorated with Pikmin Bloom banners, which wasn't a spot indicated on the map unlike the other photo areas. As we mentioned earlier, Japan got some Pikmin-themed trains for the JR Kyushu collab, but this particular Pikmin Bloom design debuted for the very first time right here in Kaohsiung. It actually first appeared a month beforehand on September 13, giving a lot of locals the chance to be introduced to the game and the tour before the big day. We will get a chance to actually ride it later on, but for now, let's check out the decorations here.
We have made it to special spot H, Dai Park. Swiping the special spot here will give us a 4-leaf clover decor Pikmin. Well, this park gave us a little break from the heat because of the nice shade, but we need to keep going, so let's go. While walking through this park, we planted 3,000 hibiscuses, and just like in the Seoul tour, it didn't matter which color petal we planted, it still counted towards our mission of getting our purple golden present sticker decor Pikmin. Well, just a few more steps to go until we complete our next mission, so let's get going.
Not too far away from the park, we have made it to special spot I, Dai Warehouse. Swiping it here will give us a tiny keychain for the library decor Pikmin. Still really hot. But we're gonna keep going and try to get some lunch, try to get out of this heat, charge up the devices, and keep on going. Let's go.
We have made it to special spot J, the Great Harbor Bridge. Swiping the special spot here will give us a bridge decor Pikmin, and as always, they are really nice to get because they have the name of the bridge on the pin. Look at this really cool breeze. Let's let it guide us to the next special spot.
A cool fact about the Great Harbor Bridge is that normally pedestrians and cyclists can cross it freely. However, once a day on weekdays at 3 p.m. and twice on the weekends, they close the bridge off so it can swing out horizontally to allow ships to pass through. The bridge is right next to the gift distribution area, so let's head over there next. Right away, we spotted a familiar face. Lara Fernandez, Niantic's Global Product Marketing Manager. She led us all the way through the maze, and at the end, we were able to choose our bright yellow sun visors to match our t-shirts and got a bag of goodies. Let's go see what we got this time. We have some good news. We have made it to the gift distribution area, and in doing so, we have finally succeeded in getting our 7,000 steps and unlocking our gold present sticker decor winged Pikmin. This is a very, very rare one. Only, I believe still, only the second time it has ever been distributed, and the last time was at the Sendai Journey event. Speaking of that event, we've gotten some goodies here, and some are a little similar to that one. So if you recall, in Sendai, they had made a brand new sticker. Now we have it here as well. It was given to us right in this gift bag. We didn't have to go hunting for it, unlike in Sendai, the journey. And next we have our Nintendo Today app. This one's a little different. It has the information that is relevant to this event, and it's all in traditional Chinese instead of the Japanese that we got in Sendai, but it's basically the same thing, just a little pamphlet that advertises their app. And if you are up to date with your Nintendo apps, you'll know that there is actually one more. Where is that? There's actually a lot in this bag. Aha, there you are. NintenMusic app. So we finally got a little pamphlet for that. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these. So yeah, it just kind of shows some of the games that you can listen to the music from. There is Pikmin, so if you're interested in listening to some Pikmin tunes, they have a lot of Pikmin 4 tracks. It's nice to listen to. And as always at these events, we have the big old map. That's the front side. This has not been posted anywhere online. Yeah, nice scene. It's actually the bridge behind us. And on this side we have the map, and it's the one you've been seeing throughout the video. I have translated into English from the very difficult traditional Chinese. I did my best. And finally, something completely brand new, never before seen, ever before, is this cute little hand fan. It actually has a little hole punch here, so you can punch it out and then stay cool in this very hot day. So yeah, the front here, we have the logo with the bridge and everything. And on the back side, we have these little cute decor Pikmin walking in stride. So yeah, we have made a lot of progress so far, but there's still a lot to go. We still have 8 more special spots to go in total. So why don't we get going? Try to stay out of this heat as best we can. We've got our trusty fan to help us. Let's go.
Just next to the gift area was the tech support tent, which is always present at these kinds of live events to assist people with any problems they might have in-game. Not far from there was the AR photo booth. If you've seen our event videos, then you already know we always hop in line whenever we get the chance to partake in one of these. This one was a little different in that they actually gave us a numbered ticket before waiting in line. This was only a requirement on the first day, whereas on day 2, we just lined up as normal, likely because there was a much shorter line compared to the first day. Here are both times we tried the AR photo experience. As always, special shout out to Grant for bearing the intense heat while running the AR photo machine. The videos were much shorter than ones we did in the past, perhaps in order to move the line along to prevent people from waiting out in the hot sun for too long. Plus, there's a lot of extra movement involved to take the video. Whatever the reason, we were just happy to be able to take part one more time this year. After meeting up with some of our Japanese friends and exchanging some gifts, we were off to the next location.
We have just arrived at Special Spot K, and I don't even need to say the name of it because it's right here. The Pier 2 Art Center. Really, really beautiful wall art here. Swiping the special spot will give us a ceiling for an art gallery Pikmin. The picture frame decor is just so cute every time. They're popping out their little picture frames there. But we have only 2 more to go until we get the badge, so why don't we get going?
We are now at special spot L, Cowport Park. Swiping the special spot here will give us a waterside decor Pikmin. If today weren't the day of the event, we probably would have spent more time, but right now we still need 1 more to get our badge, so let's get going.
We have just arrived at the 7th special spot of the day. This is Special Spot A, Hamasen Railway Cultural Park. Swiping the special spot here will give us a guaranteed train ticket decor Pikmin. And you know what that means? With the name engraved beautifully on the ticket, we will always remember the time and the place that we received our Kaohsiung 2025 Special Event Tour Badge. So many of them so far. It's awesome. Well, at least we don't have the blaring afternoon sun, but now that we've completed every mission, there's only one last thing to do. It's hit the remaining special spots that we haven't yet swiped. Time is running out, so let's get going.
Right behind me is special spot B, Kaohsiung Port Archway. Swiping the special spot here will give us a guaranteed red photo button Pikmin. And just like the one that we got in Sendai, it will have the photo of the special spot on it. So in this case, it will be this archway. We have 8 special spots down and 4 to go, so let's get going.
Our next stop of the day is special spot C, Yangchen First Public Market. Swiping the special spot here will give us a supermarket decor seedling. Whether we get a mushroom or a banana, both are great because we'll be getting 200 rare decor points when we pluck our Pikmin, and we're still working on those rare decor. So of 3 more to go, let's hit them.
A little fun fact is that Taiwan is the birthplace of bubble tea, so it's only appropriate that special spot D is Milk Tea Street. Swiping the special spot here will give us a cafe decor Pikmin, which is really useful right now as it will give us a lot of rare decor points. Well, we have 2 more special spots to go, so let's get going.
After drinking some of the best boba we've ever had, we made our way over to the next location. On the way, we came across a bus stop that was decorated with a Pikmin Bloom background. This was another secret spot that wasn't mentioned in the map or website. We noticed many participants taking some photos there.
We have just made it to special spot E, the Kaohsiung Museum of History. Swiping the special spot here will give us a very interesting decor, as a matter of fact. It is our 3rd gold present sticker of the day. What's funny is we are originally supposed to get these in the special missions, right? We got our purple and winged already, but this one is guaranteed to be a red Pikmin with a gold present sticker decor on it, which is pretty cool. It's nice to get more of these just from regular special spots. All right, we have just 1 more to go and only 30 minutes to get there, so let's go.
Because of the heat, we really thought we couldn't make it, but we did it, guys. We are now at the last special spot. Special spot F is Kaohsiung Film Archive. Swiping the special spot here will give us a popcorn snack decor Pikmin. Well, we intentionally decided to end the tour here because right over there is the Kaohsiung Hot Air Balloon Festival, which is just starting now. So why don't we go check that out, and in the meantime, see you tomorrow.
After checking out the various balloons at the festival, it was time to head back to our hotel. Just like in Sendai, we were awarded a special participation patch following the daily lookback. This one featured a blue Pikmin and the Great Harbor Bridge. Clicking on the patch brings players to a nice summary screen of the event. The Details button takes you to the official Kaohsiung Tour website. Scrolling down, it'll show you how many special spots you swiped that day and a detailed description of each one, giving even more reason to try and visit them all. After the life log entry, it will show other statistics such as flowers planted that day, postcards collected, and the Pikmin you plucked too. It's a wonderful little feature that helps participants remember the event. After sleeping well for the night, it was time for the adventure on the second day. Welcome to day 2. We are here outside Special Spot A, once again, a really huge event field. And you can see behind me several different booths. We have the Pikmin 4 demo booth. We have a second sun visor giveaway. We have a photo spot and the previously mentioned first aid booth. Technically speaking, there's kind of 2 main venues this time, which is brand new. Like, they have 2 completely separate sun visor giveaways. One is over by the AR photo booth, over by the bridge, and then over here by Special Spot A. But why don't we go check out what there is to do over here? Let's go. Okay, so over here we have the Pikmin 4 demo booth, and there's a couple things going on here. First, if you open your My Nintendo account, it can be the Japanese version is the one that I used. Gianni used her English version. Doesn't matter, you just show them the QR code. They scan it. It's almost like a GPS check-in, but it kind of scans your QR code. And then we got a little sticker. So that was pretty cute. After that, we asked them for a time ticket, and that will allow us to actually play the demo. I have no idea if we're gonna get something for playing the demo, but you know the rule. If there's a Pikmin demo, we're gonna play it. Let's head inside. It's our time now. After our playtime ended, we did indeed get another sticker, which was different from the My Nintendo check-in one. This time it featured Ochi and some Pikmin. Right next to the demo booth was perhaps the best photo spot of the entire event, which had a background featuring the cityscape of Kaohsiung. In front was a transparent panel with cheering Pikmin, giving a bit of a 3D effect.
Aside from visiting Special Spot A in more detail, and of course, socializing with other players, we had 2 other important goals for day 2. The first was to visit the photo spots that we didn't have the time to see in the first day. There were 2 more which were labeled as map backdrop locations. As expected, this was an exact replica of the actual map made to be very, very big. These 2 spots were identical, with one being found next to the film archive at Special Spot F, and the other one set up at Special Spot D's Milk Tea Street. Each of these locations also featured sticker giveaways, the same ones that we received at the gift distribution area. Without needing to rush to visit all the spots before 6 p.m., we were able to take in all our favorite locations at our own pace.
Our second important goal of day 2 was to hitch a ride on the Pikmin Bloom train. Sadly, it only ran until the very end of the tour. It completely ceased operation 1 day later on October 13th, meaning Sunday, day 2 of the tour, was our very last chance to ride it. We think it would have been better if the train ran a couple of days after the event ended for those still visiting the area specifically for the tour. On both ends of the train, you could see the promotional image of the Kaohsiung tour. It was a very relaxing ride and a welcome break from the blaring hot sun. We hopped off before it took us too far from the event zone and waved farewell to the 3rd magnificent Pikmin train we have been fortunate enough to have had the chance to ride.
Before leaving Taiwan, we had one final Pikmin-related goal to complete. That was to get our hands on some special Pikmin. Originally, there was supposed to be a collaboration with EVA Air and Pikmin Bloom. It was meant to start on October 10th and run until the end of March 2026, meaning we would have had the chance to actually participate while visiting. At 3 airports located in Taiwan, a special spot was supposed to appear at EVA Air ticketing counters, and swiping down on them would give a seedling for a yellow Pikmin wearing a golden toy airplane decor. However, it was suddenly cancelled.
Nobody knows the exact reason for this, but it must have been something serious since the cancellation was announced abruptly just hours before the collab was meant to begin on October 10th. The official reason given was due to unavoidable circumstances. We saw theories ranging from unfolding EVA Air controversies to rising political tensions to legal reasons and even overcrowding, but whatever the case may be, it's disappointing that the original plans fell through for those able to attend. The blog also mentioned that there would be physical pamphlets that were meant to be distributed at EVA Air check-in counters in both Taiwan and Japan that will never see the light of day. Given that the cancellation was so abrupt, they were certainly printed and ready to go, but sadly these are now considered lost media of a history that never was. The silver lining is that the cancellation was actually a good thing for the majority of Pikmin Bloom players who would never have had the chance to visit Taiwan. That's because on November 17th, all users received a golden airplane decor seedling in a global distribution upon opening the app before the end of the year. Like the golden ticket decor distributed at the JR Kyushu collab, this was surely meant to be an extremely rare and exclusive decor. With no mention of its potential return, be sure to cherish it carefully.
Luckily, the EVA collab wasn't the only special Pikmin distribution. There are many Nintendo stores all across Taiwan, and 7 of them were turned into special spots in-game. These are permanent special spots just like the ones in Japan and the US, but it seems not many people know these exist, including players we met who lived in Taiwan. These spots also have a 30-day cooldown and could give a red, yellow, or blue gold present sticker decor and a special postcard. There are 2 locations in Kaohsiung, 1 in Taichung, and 4 in Taipei. Since our flight back to Japan was out of Taipei, we decided to visit them all as we made our way to the north.
All 7 of these special spots have changed in the recent update. While the location and 30-day cooldown remains the same, as of November 25th, 2025, you will now receive a photo button badge decor at these locations, which reflects the changes seen with the Nintendo stores in Japan and the US. We visited just in time to get the gold present stickers before they swapped out to the photo buttons. As of the making of this video, only red Pikmin can come with a photo button decor, so for now that's the only time to collect from any of these locations. It's a little hard to search for information about these spots and find them using English, so if you're visiting Taiwan, feel free to use the custom Google My Maps I created to document them, which you can find in the description. Each sticker had a different name on the label depending on the store and would be written in Chinese regardless of your game's language. The first one in Kaohsiung is the Nintendo licensed product shop, Dream Mall. Next is the Hanshin Arena Shopping Plaza. Heading up north to Taichung, the next one is the Nintendo shop in Lalaport Mall. Heading even further north all the way up to Taipei, from west to east we have the Taipei City Mall Software World, the Nintendo shop in the Sintrend Mall, the next Nintendo shop can be found in the Shinkong Mitsukoshi Jinyi A11 Mall. The one here also has the Pokemon Center Taipei right next to it, which we definitely recommend checking out as well. Finally, the Nintendo licensed product shop in the Lalaport Nangang Mall. All in all, we had so much fun seeing the sights in Taiwan. Although it was a short visit, we were able to experience so many new things, try so much delicious food, and go to so many interesting locations, all thanks to Pikmin. With day 2 coming to an end and the staff dismantling the main venue, let's go wrap this video up.
We've finally come to the end of day 2 and we've spent the day revisiting our favorite special spots, and as you can see in the background, they've already started cleaning up the venue.
Yeah, speaking of your favorite spots, what was yours?
I think my favorite spot was the bridge right here, the Great Harbor Bridge, and it was really cool seeing it rotate at 3 p.m.
Yeah, we got to catch it just in time yesterday, which is pretty cool. My favorite spot was probably special spot A. The train stuff was so cool. They had like a mini train going around and stuff. It's really awesome.
But the real question is, what is your overall review of this event?
Well, that's a great question. Well, first of all, this event did exactly what it set out to do, which was introduce us to a new country. Okay, cool. introduce us to some local cool places in that country. Okay, cool. But the real question you're asking is, was it worse than Yokosuka? Now, if you haven't seen our Yokosuka video, it is nothing against Yokosuka. It's not the event's fault, it's none of that.
Yeah, Yokosuka was beautiful.
It was awesome. Amazing place in Japan that we never would have gone to otherwise, and we were so happy to have got the chance to visit. But it was just so hot on that day. So hot that it really just put it at the bottom of the enjoyability list. It was still fun, still nice, still glad we did it. And since Yokosuka, they've only gotten bigger and better each time, and that's also true of Kaohsiung. But the question really is, was it worse than Yokosuka? And unfortunately, it was. Like, the weather was just so bad. It was so hot. We were dripping sweat so much yesterday. And it was a struggle. It was really a struggle to get through the day. And one really unfortunate thing is they learned a lot from the Yokosuka event and have been applying that in future events. Like Kyoto, they extended the time from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's like they forgot everything that they learned from Yokosuka and made the same mistakes this time. Like the gift distribution area, there was no overhead tent, so participants were just getting beamed by the sun. It was a little rough. It was rough.
It was definitely hot, but we also definitely had a lot of fun, especially yesterday with our t-shirts. A lot of people wanted to take pictures with them, and a lot of people also noticed the detector, which was really fun. They used it as a prop for their AR photo booth pictures. And we also saw our Japan friends out here in Taiwan, and we met a lot of new people from Taiwan. So hopefully in the future they do an event here again, because we'd love to visit it again next time.
Yeah, I'm just excited to come back and see more things. Maybe Taipei, Taichung, I don't care. To Kaohsiung again, anywhere is fine by me. Thank you so much for coming along with us on today's tour, well, the past 2 days tour. And as always, we will see you again at the next one.
See you.
It's so hot today, my eyeball melted. But that's not gonna stop me from seeing everything at the event.